Assignment time. Now in Unit 2, what you did is you produced a few shapes. Okay? Those few shapes will now be used in this assignment. I made a few, or a couple. Here's a really weird one. Okay. The shapes, I don't care what they are. What I do care about is the amount of detail put into them and the uniqueness of them. So in this case, here's this. And I will tell you that this will be a very challenging piece to produce a normal map from. No doubt about it. Because it is scanning in this direction and in this direction. So I have to get it not only looking good on the outside, but the inside too. That's a different story altogether. But it has to do with bias. So if your bias is too high, it'll never look good. You have to make sure it's at perfect level for something like this. Okay, there's one of them. You saw one of the other ones. This one. And just because I wanted something a little bit as far as different is concerned, as far as a study, I did one of these. And because of the difference of this, it's going to be very challenging to do because this came in at two different levels. In other words, these things were part of the base mesh. I think I can lower this down and show you what I mean. So the base mesh looked like this. And then I added texture to it. Well, when I go to decimate these, it's going to decimate these at a lower level than these. And it's going to ruin these parts. So that was a little bit of a challenge. But these are things that you have to do. You don't have to do them that rough. You know, all I want is 3 parts that look like this. But I want them to go all the way through the cycle. And now I want them in Blender looking like this. Okay? You can put a color map on it. You can put noise. You can get that down pat. But I'm really looking at your normals. I really want those normals to pop out. As far as your texture is concerned, you know, that thing comes with practice. But feel free to practice. Okay, good. So your assignment is to get all 3 shapes in here. I want them in very low level formats on the polygon structures. I'll say no more than 300 polys each. There you go. So that's pretty low. They can't be over 300 polys each. So each one could be at 300 polys. Make sure you keep your scene organized. Make sure you keep all your textures around. When you're done, I need this actual project. Everything. So what you need to do is make sure when you save out, everything's in that directory. In this case, I have armor example. It's on my desktop. In armor example, look how much stuff I have. Is this all necessary? And the answer is no. What's necessary? We'll put a folder out here. First name, last name. Okay. What am I using here? I'm using the TGAs. This one. This one. So I'm going to copy these. And I'm going to put them in here. I'm also looking for the Blender file. So this one right here is the latest one. I'll copy that one and put it in that folder. Now, by default, Blender uses relative paths. So anytime the texture is in the same directory as anything else, it's going to use it. So that's how it works. All I need is those two textures, the normal map and the color map, and the Blender file. Just want to see what this looks like. There we go. I wanted to get rid of that white spot. Alright, so that's what you need to get done, and when you get done, please turn it into the providing slot.